What's going on? Why is that more about you than me? She's like, because I know who the star is. I think we all do.
It's not a real fire. It can't burn you. Fake fireside chat.
Hey, everybody, it is Tracy here from Beyond Obedience. I am your canine human relationship coach, and it is time once again for Fake Fireside Chats with Tracy and Rue. Today on Fake Fireside Chats, we are continuing our 10-part series called 10 Things That You Can Do to Significantly Improve Your Relationship with Your Dog. And we have made it all the way down to number 5. But to recap, number 10, be there. Number 9, be with. Number 8 was follow the dog. Number 7 was ask the dog. Number 6 was be quiet. And now finally, today, number 5 on our list of 10 things that you can do to significantly improve your relationship with your dog. And it is, she's breathless with anticipation. It is watch your language. Watch your language. All right, anytime we're talking about relationship, one of the key components of any relationship is, in fact, proper communication. Last week, with our exercise on be quiet, we talked about this idea of utilizing your body language to start to communicate with your dog rather than relying on your verbal communication. Because as we've mentioned, dogs don't speak English or any other language for that matter. Dogs primarily use body language, scent, smell, all of those kind of things, but verbal is pretty low down on that scale. So this week, we're going to talk about watching your language. And this is kind of a 2-part sort of thing that I want you to think about. The first thing is, since we've been practicing being quiet, utilizing our body language, you have to be aware of your language that you're speaking. And sometimes us humans, we inadvertently say things or we're communicating something to dogs that we may not necessarily mean to do. And it's good-natured things that we're doing. One of the biggest things that we tend to do as human beings, as primates, let's say, is we tend to like to greet our dogs by leaning over them and petting them on the head, right? Essentially, our body language to us seems friendly. To a dog, especially an unknown dog, that language can be very overwhelming and intimidating. Here's a little exercise that I want you to try in case you don't believe me. Get on the floor, just sit on the floor and have your significant other come in, lean over top of you and try to touch your head. Tell me how good that feels, unless you're into that sort of thing. And if you are, don't tell me how good that feels. I think you'll get my point though when I'm talking about body language and some of the things that we inadvertently do to our dogs, in particular strange dogs. We tend to go straight on up to a dog we don't know, all excited, thinking that we're being friendly, and we may inadvertently, through our use of poor body language, scare or intimidate other dogs. That's the first part. Part 2 of the Watch Your Language segment today. And this one may ruffle a few feathers or wag a few tails or I don't know where I'm going with this. The point is, you may not like it, so buckle up. All right. The second part of Watch Your Language is actually referring to your verbal language, the things, the words that you use to describe your dog. Now, if you have been following me for any amount of time, you probably already know that I do not like the term fur baby or even pet parent. See, it just kind of... And the reason why I don't like it isn't what you may think. Listen, I understand why you do it. I really do. I used to be you. right? You just want the world to know how much you love your dog, and I get that. But here's the thing. As someone who also studies communication, I know the power of language. I know the power of words. And what happens when we use words like fur baby or pet parent, we really start to act our words, which means we are not really giving our dogs the full respect that they deserve. They aren't furry little babies. They're not even furry little toddlers. They're not our children. We're not their parents, right? And when you speak of them in that term, you start to humanize the dog, and your actions that you take will start to resemble that of a little furry human rather than the beautiful, perfect predator that you chose to live with. Now, I know for some of you out there that enjoy using the term fur baby or pet parent and all that stuff, this may make you upset. And please don't write me angry letters about how you disagree with me without thinking about this final thought, all right? I'm going to assume that the reason you love your dog so much is because they are perfect. Right? They are so perfect. And I think if you think even more about it, what you love about your dog is all the same qualities that we humans are lacking. That's why we love them so much, right? Unconditional love, total loyalty, all of those qualities that they have, we struggle with, don't we, as humans? So these aren't furry little people. These are better than people. So why not start today and give them the respect that they deserve? Say no to fur baby. All right, that's it for today for Big Fireside Chats. Join me next week when we're going to be continuing our talk on 10 things that you can do to significantly improve your relationship with your dog. And I will see you there.
Jack!